Hey everyone, Norm here. Macro photography is a great addition to your photographic enjoyment. However, macro lenses cost a bundle. But did you know there are alternatives? In this video, I'll help you create those incredible macro photography images without breaking the bank. Now, as I said, macro lenses are not the most affordable option for macro photography. Don't get me wrong here, I have nothing against macro lenses. Most often, they'll actually give you the best results. However, for many of us, spending $1,000 versus under $25 is an easy choice. Both give the satisfaction of adding one more layer to our photographic experience, but one is much more attainable, especially for those of us on a fixed income, right? Now, you gotta know, macro photography can become an addiction. It's a lot of fun. So let's look at a couple of options that we have. First, there's close-up lenses. I usually use close-up lenses when I'm shooting with a zoom lens, because I just find that they work better for me than the next option in that instance, which is macro extension tubes. Now, these little gems move your lens further away from your sensor, and by doing so, give the ability for some extreme macro photography. I find these work best with prime lenses. So let's have a look at each of these. Starting with the close-up lenses. These work the same as lens filters. That is, they simply screw onto the front of your lens. They come in different magnifications, so you have some control of how close you want to get to your subject. Now, macro extension tubes. These are inserted between your camera body and the lens. They can be stacked together to create the magnification that you want. The further the lens is from the sensor, the closer you can get to your subject. Now, be aware that with macro photography, everything is magnified, so your depth of field is very shallow and may need to be compensated for by using a higher f-stop or by focus stacking. Also, any movement, either of the subject or because of camera shake, is magnified exponentially. So you're best off to use a tripod or some form of stabilizing when doing your macro photography. You might also want to invest in an inexpensive focus rail for even more control for extreme macro work. I'll put links to the stuff I'm talking about in the description below. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm using a Canon 77D with either a 18 to 135 mm ISUSM lens or a Canon 50 mm 1.8 STM lens. The lenses have a minimum focus distance of just under 18 inches or just under 14 inches respectively. Very limiting if you're wanting to do macro photography. I added Vivitar Series 1 close-up lenses or a stack of extension tubes to create those macro images. Okay, let's go out and actually do some work with the close-up lenses and the macro extension tubes. First, I'll grab a shot at the minimum focus distance for this lens when fully extended to 135 mm. Next, I'll attach a Vivitar +4 lens, trying to make sure not to cross-thread it when I'm in this sort of awkward position. There we have it. So now you move in closer and refocus. And In macro photography, patience is its own reward. So take your time, make sure you're getting everything the way you want it. It's there, so snap the shot. Oh, don't be like me. Try to not drop your close-up lenses. Finally, I'm adding the Vivitar ×10 close-up lens, and then I'll take the final image. So we can move in even closer. And take that shot. So here's the resulting images. This one's at the minimum focus distance for the lens. Now we see the same photo with the +4 lens added. And finally with the ×10 close-up lens. Next, let's have a quick look at using macro extension tubes. In this case, I'm using a Canon 50mm lens. I'm adding 3 extension tubes totaling 65mm. Here's what it looks like all set up. So this is captured at the minimum focus distance for the lens and with the extension tubes added. Well, I hope this has been informative and will inspire you to try your hand at some creative macro photography. I've also created a video on what I call faux macro photography, where instead of using equipment to create the close-ups, I rely on the exceptional qualities of On1 Photo RAW. Check it out. There's a link to that above, as well as in the description. Well, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment or drop me a message. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and then hit that bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded. In the meantime, stay safe and enjoy your day. I'm wishing you peace, health, and harmony. Bye for now.